guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chineze and thank you so much for clicking on this video. So basically, you guys, this is a more detailed explanation of my last video. So in my last video, I was speaking on how I moved to Lagos for my NYSC, and after my convocation I found I was going to do my NYSC in Lagos. So when I came to Lagos, I did my camp in Lagos camp, where I met a lot of people, I made a lot of friends. So basically in camp, I'm just going to give you a little rundown. So in camp, they basically divide you guys into like 10 different platoons. That's for Lagos camp. They divide you into 10 different platoons, and I was in platoon 1. Those were like people in platoon 1 mostly people I spoke to, but I made some friends who were also in platoon 9, some friends who were in platoon 3, and I didn't know anybody from the other platoon. But outside camp, I got to meet other people who were in platoon 7. I simply moved back to stay with my uncle for like some days. But the thing is that in camp, after camp, normally what they do is that they post you to different companies. They post the corpers to different companies. Like some people they put them to school, some people they put them to companies. So for me, they posted me to a real estate company. When I got there, I got to find out that the company did not need people working in the accounting field. They said that because they already had people from the previous batches that have not passed out, so they were like they don't need someone from accounting, like from the accounting department. So basically I got rejected. But the thing about that company is that they only, out of the 12 of us that went for that they posted to that particular company, they only picked 2 people. So probably they did not need corpers at all in that company. So I got rejected, and after getting rejected, I had to get a rejection letter from the company stating the reason why they rejected me, so that it's not be as if I told the company that I did not want to work for them. You understand? Because once NYSC finds out that you were the one that asked them to reject you, there are going to be consequences for it. After I got the rejection letter, I went back to my local government, which was Estiosa 2. The trick is that once you get your rejection letter from the local government, if you don't have a company that you have in mind to work for, then you can go straight and do your documentation. Then NYSC is going to post you to wherever they want to post you to. But if you actually have a company in mind that you want to work for, I would advise you, at least for me, what I did was that I waited a little. I didn't go straight to my local government. I waited a little so I can find a company that I can work for, which is where I'm working now. I can find a company that I can work for, get my acceptance letter from that company, stating that that this person wants to work with, like basically stating that I want to work with them. Yeah, so after getting the letter from the company, I went straight back to my local government, telling them, okay, see, I already have a company that I want to work for. So basically what they did was that they told me that I should start my documentation process. So in documentation process, you have 4 papers that you have to print out, which is the rejection letter, the acceptance letter, your personal information form or personal detail form, and I think your ID card. I'm not sure, but I think your ID card is the last one. So you're supposed to print out 4 of those documents, and you're supposed to print out like 5 copies. So just to save your time and just to save you guys from stress, I recommend that you print out like 5 copies, or print out like 6 copies, so that once you're already in front of the line, because it's a very very stressful process. I remember I stayed at the local government. I came back to local government almost like 3 times. Yeah, almost like 5 times, sir, because I remember the first day, like I would go and they'll tell me to come back. I'll go, there's a problem, they'll tell me to come back. I'll go, there's another problem. And the 4th day, once it was about to be my time for documentation, they said they're closing, that I should go. So I would, just for you not to waste your time, I would recommend you printing 5 documents, get everything signed, make sure that your documents are properly signed by both the company that rejected you and by the company that accepted you. Because if your documents, if they're not properly signed, then you would have to keep on going back to the local government, keep on trying to beg them, and they will not answer it. Because it depends on if you're posted to a nice local government. Because the local government that I was posted to at first, it was not nice at all. It was not nice at all. It was a struggle. Anybody that is posted to, or that was posted to to local government, would know what I'm talking about, or as well. So anyways, after my documentation, yeah, I had to wait for NYSC to accept my request letter. Exactly, the request letter, the letter that your company is giving to you, that is the company that you want to work for, the one that your company is giving to you is the request letter. So I have to wait for NYSC to accept my request letter. So if you're doing NYSC and you're finding out that it's taking time for your request letter to get accepted, this is probably the reason why. That is probably the reason why most times it takes them up to 3 months, 4 months sometimes. Just depends on how long they want to take. It depends on NYSC. Some people say that their own took them 4 months. Some people said their own took them 5 months. Some people say their own took them 3 months. For me, I think I waited 3 months. Yeah, January, February. I started work at Yes, I started work at March, late March. So mine, early March rather. I'll be late February around that time. So mine took about 2 to 3 months. Yeah. So that's for the NYC documentation. I have my documentation and after I got accepted by NYSC, I had to move from the island that I was staying to the mainland, because like the new company that I got was on the mainland, so it's not possible for, like, at first I was going from the island to the mainland every day, and number one, it was very expensive. Number two, I did not really it was very expensive, and number two, it was not really secure for me, because I would go in the morning from 6. I'll even go before 6, sometimes by 5 something. I'll go, then I'll reach the office, let's say around 8, because of traffic. Most times, if you're going to work early in the morning, it's very hard for you not to meet traffic. So I'll go in early in the morning, then get to work around 8 o'clock. Then after getting to work, I will still have to leave work early, let's say around 4:30. I normally work close by 5, so I'll still have to leave work very early and still try my best to get in. And by the time I'm at the island, or by the time I arrive at the island or on the island, it would be, let's say, around 8 something. So it wasn't really secure for me, because I would have to first of all go to the bus stop, and I would have to wait for people calling Aja, 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 and sometimes you might not even see the Aja. So I had to move from the island to the mainland. So that's where I'm currently at now, and that's where I'm working at right now. So another thing is trying to look for accommodation in Lagos. You guys, me currently, I'm staying with my auntie, but still looking for accommodation in Lagos is hard. I remember that At first I wanted to rent an apartment, or no, it's not even an apartment, like maybe a one bed with one of my friends. So because one of my friends who's also doing her own NYSC in Lagos wanted to rent an apartment with her, but guy, the price that they were calling for us, they were calling 400, 300 for one bed. I feel like the thing about Lagos apartment, yeah, is that it depends on the location. Yeah, because some people, you go you go on the island and you see that the location is that the location that the rent for that specific location is very very high. You go to some place on the mainland, you see that the rent for that specific place is still high, but it's not as high as, like, it's not as high as the rent on the island. Sha. See, it just depends on your location. So me, if I'm to advise anybody that wants to come to Lagos for their NYSC, I would say like you should just plan yourself very well. Have somewhere that you want to live. Have somewhere that you know that okay you'll be comfortable in. Plan yourself just in case like the company that they posted you to rejects you or does not accept you, and plan yourself to know okay you have okay you've been rejected, you have another alternative, or do you just want the NYC to post it to wherever? Because if you don't have another alternative, the possibility that NYS is going to post you to probably a school or somewhere else that you may not even want is very 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 large. So anyways, you guys, I'm running out of space. I'll see you guys in my next video. My name is Chineze, make it great, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like the video. I'll see you in my next video.